Good morning. It is 7 a.m. here in the beautiful City College of Passaic campus. You're listening to WCCP, the sound of the City College of Passaic, broadcasting live to the greater Passaic County, city area. And this is the longest running and most beloved show here on this radio station, the John Gentle Show, formerly known as Java Jazz, but you're probably more familiar with it as the John Gentle Show. And I'm just so happy to be here. I'm here joined as always by my producer. Permission to speak.
Oh, I was just waiting for you to say my name, John.
Oh, well. All right. This is brought to you by Diner Ribs. 10,000 jokes, goofs, gags, and flirty phrases to make a pretty waitress smile at you. It is a booklet, and it is on sale. You could go pick it up at the library here on campus, or you can send me an electronic mail, and I'll mail it to you physically. Some people call Christmas time the most wonderful time of the year, and while I do love the vocal jazz that's on the radio, I find it depressing for reasons I can't get into. However, I think the least wonderful time of the year is this time of year. I mean, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, but this campus will soon be emptying because it is the end of the school semester, and sadly, it is the end of my time with you, my producer. Permission to speak.
You got me there. I was about to permit myself to speak too. I'll certainly miss the Wawa, but I am so excited to leave the state of New Jersey.
So I'm sorry.
And go home.
You're leaving New Jersey?
Well, I did get my transfer credits approved to go back to UCLA, and I have a summer job lined up.
Back to UCLA. Okay, hold on. Rewind. I'm a little confused. You're going to UCLA in California.
Yes, that's where I'm from originally.
Oh, that explains the exotic look. But what are you doing this summer?
Well, I just got a summer position out there to try to...
Gonna make some extra cash at the local ice cream shop?
Yes. Well, no. I, through a friend of a friend, I'm kind of working on Malia Obama's newest Wondery podcast, which is, a self-narration of her journey up until now as the first daughter.
And Malia Obama?
Yeah, my dad knows her dad, so yeah, it should be fun.
But Malia Obama, she's like a little girl.
Well, she's a little girl in the way that...
How do you spell
she's
Malia?
my age, Malia. I don't think you should look up her John. Just that she's kind of my boss.
No, she is. She has grown up. Some of these hiking pictures here.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, I don't. Is vavavavoom still an appropriate thing to say in these crazy times we're living in?
No, but you can say it. You could feel free.
Vavavavoom. Wow.
Yes.
Well, I can't wait to meet her when I come and visit you. I'm so excited. Yeah. Can I stay with your family?
Well, I'll actually be staying in an apartment that they own, but they're in Turks and Caicos for the rest of the year.
I didn't know. I guess I don't. I guess I've never asked you any questions about your personal life.
Yes, that would be accurate. I'm finally leaving Passaic. I'm feeling like everything's looking up on my end, so
Well, first,
you
that's
can feel
not
free to ask me something.
leaving Passaic is not necessarily. You're a wonderful place. Okay, this is the first ever submarine was tested in Passaic. You know
I
where?
mean,
You know who's from Passaic? The Shirelles. You know who else is from Passaic? Honk honk. Lives Houlihan herself.
well, you could look at it like this. I might have less of a chance of getting radiation poisoning if I go somewhere else.
Fair point.
John, can I ask you, how is the library going living there? I mean,
What do you? I'm not living. That was a crazy trip. First off, I thought a little applause would be nice, but I'm not. I'm not living in the I'm not living in the library. Why do you ask me if I'm living in the library? God damn it! Fuck you.
well, I guess specifically someone had maybe said that you had made an encampment outside of the mailroom close to the library, but I
Well,
guess maybe the library misspoke.
first off, encampment is a touchy subject these days because of all the protests that have been going on campus. And once again, I'm there every day by my little tree to prevent it from getting torn down this summer. So maybe that's what they're going, because if they saw me in the library, maybe it was just because I was taking a break from guarding my little tree and, had to brush my teeth in the library bathroom or something. But I'm not living in the library.
Well, what happened to the apartment, John?
I had to sell my apartment. And now I'm
Why would you feel the need to do that?
because I made some bad investments. And now I'm living on campus in the library. That felt good to get off my chest.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to be ashamed of the situation, John. I
I'm
do
not
know
ashamed. I'm
exactly.
not ashamed. I'm not
Okay.
ashamed.
Yep. Okay. I just do know exactly what your little situation in life is like. So feel free to just, you can be honest with me.
To be honest, now that I know about your family situation, I think I want to ask you if I could borrow some money. I'm late on payments. Um, and you met Kathy, and she's getting very upset with me, and I don't want to ruin a good thing. So if I could borrow
John, I would really
15, 15 would 15
dollars.
would I mean, yes, but no. 15 would kind of make me kind of bring me back to the surface level a little bit because I'm drowning right now.
John, I really, really wish I could, but this is embarrassing for me to say to you. But I'm actually cut off. Yeah.
I know how that feels. I've been cut
It
off from
was,
a lot of things. Marriages,
yeah.
friendships, college professor positions.
Super similar to cutting off a marriage. Yeah. I made a mistake when I was very young, and now I've been told to, I mean, obviously not the apartment, but like fend for myself or whatever.
What was your mistake?
Well, do you remember? Oh, there was like a news story like 4 years ago about someone had frozen a bunch of NyQuil into like you dry freeze it and then like put it in pills and like told a bunch of people it was like horse medicine or whatever at UCLA.
I don't
And
remember
then,
this story, but
well, someone ended up being very sleepy in class and also the hospital. And so then I got in a little bit of trouble.
so you kind of like me.
Well, yes, actually. Well, yes. John, I think we both are here in our now because we've kind of fall um fallen to a big hole.
Maybe I could give you some words of advice. You see, you're not only ending your time here as my producer, but you're also, in a way, graduating JGU.
John Channel University.
Yeah, you got it. So I feel like I should give you some parting advice. And I've had this prepared for I was actually going to do it for Kramer, but she mysteriously disappeared. But I think you can learn something from it too. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of whatever year it is, wipe thoroughly. The benefits of wiping thoroughly and clearing out the anal residue of your business has so many benefits. You'll avoid hemorrhoids, you'll avoid infection, and you'll avoid, in some extreme cases, upset glances from various people sitting on the bus next to you. The benefits of wiping thoroughly are universal, whereas the rest of my advice that I'm about to provide to you comes from my own meandering experience. And I will dispense this advice now. Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth. Although kids these days don't enjoy anything unless it's on iPhone. But someday, trust me, in 47 years, your yearning desire to play hanky-panky with a 20-year-old co-ed will be much less charming than it used to be when you were the big man on campus, even if you still feel like it on the inside. Never forget 9/11. When someone sits next to you on a train, a plane, or bus, stare intently until they respond. A friend they may become. The real troubles in life are the things that never crossed your worried mind. The kind that blindsides you when you're sitting alone at the Miss America diner. Don't sell your first editions to support your favorite waitress's boyfriend's hobbies.
Henry's gonna flip out.
People will always take offense when you ask them to smell your fingers, even if it's an innocent request and they smell quite peculiar. Men and women bear different fruit. No matter which you eat, they're just as sweet.
Slay Queen, mama.
The Geraldine R. Dodge Poetry Festival is in October, but open registration is all the way in mid-February. You don't need to be a brother to enroll in an HBCU. There's no rule. When in a public place, always say something funny to a lady standing alone. She'll appreciate it, and it'll make her feel more comfortable in her surroundings. Pull your pants in the icebox overnight. It's just as good as washing them. One word: zinc. Maybe you'll marry. I suggest don't. Maybe you'll have children. Probably won't. Maybe you'll spend your 58th birthday fishing quarters out of your Davenport to go to Mickey D's and buy 2 McCafes to share with you and your ex-stepdaughter, but In her words, it'll totally slip her mind. Let those sorts of things slide off your back. They happen all the time and more often as you get older, because as the older you get, the less of a person you become. Stay at a gentleman's club until closing time, and they'll start to treat you like a fellow member of the staff. And remember, there is no sex in the champagne room. There's a new website called MapQuest. Learn it. Use it. No matter how many publishers tell you that your poetry's not good, there's one company that'll always accept you. It's called Kinko's. The difference between sex and love is that sex relieves tension, and love causes it. Woody Allen. Don't expect anyone to support you. Maybe you'll inherit, maybe you'll marry well, but the only person I know I can rely on in my future is Mr. Alzheimer. The Geraldine R. Dodge Poetry Festival is in October, but open registration is all the way in February. Right. Apologize to your mama before she goes to heaven. She might still hold a grudge at you for driving all your potential new daddies away by showing off all your favorite picture books while she's trying to cook the breakfast. And then, of course, you spill the black coffee on their blue jeans that one time. She's still mad. Was. Except that the past was simply a better time for everyone, when Penn Station had more newsstands, and those newsstands had more paperback erotica, and internet was a thing that you could only find in libraries and cafes, and when you learn, you too will fantasize about the time before iPhone, when milk was cheaper, busty blondes were in vogue, and young people respected Morley Safer. Find the next Morley Safer and appreciate him while he's still here. Live in your New Jersey your whole life and never leave, ever. It's home to more diners than any other state. Diner Ribs available now. Advice is a form of nostalgia. Dispensing it is a way of pulling out the prostate massager, rinsing it off real well, and putting it back in the box and sending it to the Harriet Carter Company for a full refund. And remember, wipe your rear end thoroughly. I hope that helps you on your journey.
You wrote this for me?
General audiences.
You wrote this now? Or it seems like something you've been working on for a while?
I've been working on it since 1999.
That would be your graduation speech.
Yes.
I have notes, but notes are, yeah, it was good, yes.
Well, great. Well, we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, I will clear my name. We'll be right back. And we're back here on the John Gentle Show. Now, we've had many members of the faculty here, but, fellow professors like myself, and you're not a professor here. What's your job title?
I'm on the faculty review committee.
Okay. Now that would be like what I was a professor. Somebody would kind of audit the class, and then we'd have a sort of peer review.
Right. Well,
and I don't think this is a radio show. I don't think you need to see how I'm doing. I'm doing a great job, clearly.
Yeah. No. We have a lot to get into. I asked you to have a sit-down meeting.
Yes.
In my office during the week. and you refused.
Well,
and
I'm very busy with all the protests. You know about the protests going on campus.
Yeah.
Yeah. About my little tree.
So I have to skip to one thing. I'm going to ask you point blank. Are you sleeping in the library?
I get drowsy sometimes with all the protesting I'm doing.
I mean, are you living in the library?
Well, you know, with all those books I'm reading, it's practically like I'm living in the library.
There's been a lot of complaints about you, John. I'm only here for a disciplinary action, okay? I'm asking you to...
Do you work for the WCCP, the radio station? I don't understand where the hierarchy, because Arthur Palace said that this is under the English department, which I don't believe would affect... I do have a student here who's working as my producer. I don't know if you met on the way in, but this is
yes.
This is my student producer, and I bet you could probably vouch for me, right?
Yeah. No. What do you want me to vouch? What would you like me to say, John?
I have every right to be here. Erwin Bernard Rosen promised me the show. I'm educating you. You're learning so much that you'll learn with the hotter Obama daughter and
older Obama daughter. You can't say hotter.
I can say it. She's
John.
It's factual.
That was not an enthusiastic endorsement. Clearly,
I want to get ahead of you a little bit and clear the air. Last week, my vindictive and treasonous ex-wife, Joyce Connor, called into the show. And she was making these vague comments like I was maybe the man behind the death of my mentor, Erwin Bernard Rosen, who I loved so much as a friend and would never want to harm. And I'd just like to introduce you to Gordy here.
Hey, how's it going?
I don't know who this is supposed to be. Hi.
We met just a few days ago, and we've actually gotten to know each other pretty well over the past few days. You've been hanging out with me on campus and, you know, fighting the good fight.
Yeah, it's
with
been
the
fun.
protests.
It's been fun. Yeah.
And this is a scoop here. This is kind of why I wanted to do it on the radio. So everyone could hear it before the news media spins it out of control. This is the man who murdered Erwin Bernard Rosen.
Yeah.
I was doing a little recon, and I know everyone thinks I'm the guy that killed Erwin. And I returned to the scene of the crime, which I know is what a murderer would do. But
I sure did.
Exactly. Who did I find?
I killed him.
Yeah, he killed Erwin. Who did I find living in Erwin's house but Gordy here?
Squatting.
Squatting.
Which is living, and I believe that if you inhabit a domicile, you own it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You told me a lot about the rights you have as a squatter, whether it be a house or, you know, a community space.
That's right. Library.
Yeah.
I could take you down to City Hall right now and show you a bunch of paperwork that proves me right.
Yeah. You don't want to,
But I don't want to waste your time, so you can just trust me.
Trust him.
Yep. I don't sleep in the main bedroom. I sleep on the couch. I'm not a piece of shit.
Yeah. And I read people's vibes very well. I'm very perceptive in that way. I could tell that you're a little worried about Gordy here.
You're worried about me?
I mean,
hey, if somebody sprung up on you, broke into your house, you have the right to kill them, right? Would you agree?
I haven't had that happen to me, but
yeah,
that
but
sounds...
you can conceive of it happening, right?
Yeah, that sounds...
Yeah, and you're started like you did.
Who is this guy?
I don't want to put words into your mouth.
You
but
seem like you're trying not to implicate yourself.
You're not a violent person.
No. This is perfectly within my rights.
Yeah.
Okay.
to grab a butcher knife out of the old butcher block and OJ this OJ this guy, total full OJ.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up what I did, but again, totally justified. So I have no, as you can see, I'm light as a feather. I feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were startled because
It startled me.
Irwin had this lake house in Lake George that he just wasn't at a lot of the time.
These rich people, man, they got a million houses, but they're never at them. So I just break in and go in. It's gotten a lot harder, but a lot more cameras.
Yeah, well, thankfully he was older,
old
so he
ones.
didn't have the whole technical setup that I'm sure you kids would think was crazy.
Well, it wasn't up to date, anyways.
Back in the day, the best you had, there were some like alarm systems and stuff, and now it's so high tech. But Irwin was an older guy. He didn't believe that he trusted his community, and it was just unfortunate that
John.
Yeah.
Sorry.
John, this is the special guest that you asked to bring
this is my
on.
friend Gordy, the special guest. What's your name? Be as official as possible.
David Warner. I don't feel comfortable actually sharing.
Well, now I know your name, so I can look you up. I can Google you, match you to a picture,
where he works,
get your
too.
address. It's very easy, and I could, are you going away at all? Because I could use a place to squat, and it's not thrilling for me if somebody invites me to go. Like I want to break in.
His office is in Cullen Hall.
Really? All right. Well, that makes it easy.
Yeah, Charles Cullen Hall, right there.
I don't
That's
have a
where you'll
lake
find him.
house. I live in an apartment, so
Yeah. I just want to try on your clothes, man. Just gonna try on your clothes. What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right?
Eva, you might be upset because you knew Irwin. I'm innocent. I didn't kill anybody. I didn't kill anybody.
I did.
You did.
I'm guilty. I mean, spent my entire life innocent, have been innocent since the time that I did this, but it did at one point kill Irwin.
Yeah.
But I think
so sad.
Right after that, I was like, I'm so justified in this. And it's crazy that you happened upon me and I didn't kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I could.
You were talking about
very lucky.
You were talking about vibes.
Yeah.
And I think I just felt, I was like, oh, this guy is no threat to me.
Because it was a similar situation where it was late at night.
Yeah.
I didn't have a key, so I was kind of breaking my way in.
Right.
In fact, I had less of a reason to be there than Irwin, who was the homeowner.
Right. And I was like, I knew that I'd killed the homeowner because I matched his ID to his mail.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that it wasn't, you might have been, and just the way that you kind of like, your vibe.
A little frumpy, just kind of like sauntering around.
Yeah. You weren't a threat. So I just, I kind of enjoyed getting to know you. I'm glad we're friends.
Yeah. And isn't it nice to know that it wasn't a violent, I guess it was violent, but
well, I mean,
it
you saw the blood stain, right?
Yeah. It was just an accident.
It wasn't premeditated at all. And that's why I took care of it. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Got the okay to walk free from all the cops and
before you
town.
think that I am insensitive, the first thing we did was I called Irwin's widow, and we kind of explained the whole situation, and it was probably nice for her to have some closure.
Well, he had a good long life.
Yeah, he did have a good. Yeah, we had some wild times.
Yeah,
yeah.
I can only imagine.
Oh yeah. Well, you stick with me long enough, and you might have some yourself.
Well, I'm looking forward to getting to know you better, so I can have some of those good times.
Yeah. Now, speaking of getting to know me, you said you got some report on me or something.
Yeah.
Hey, man, can I get a ride? Can I get a ride after this? I don't have a ride. Do you mind if I just get a ride from you?
I don't know where to, so I
to
can't,
my
I'm
house. Like it's not far.
You have a house?
I just want to lock you down for a ride right now. Can I
Lock
get
him
a
down.
ride? Can I get a ride?
Lock him down.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
great.
You can have a ride. Yeah.
I just want to lock you down, so I'm not going to leave your side until we go together, because it only makes sense to stick with you. But
I'm reading between the lines. You're tired of me.
I just need a ride. All right.
Okay.
I just want to pin you down for that.
I've been talking your ear out for 2 days
Sorry,
now.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, this all seems less significant now. But John, you were teaching here 10 years ago. You have not taught since then. I have a list of the complaints that were made against you at that time.
Okay, and this is actually great because we have somebody that's just unbiased third party.
Well, unbiased, but
Well-
I'm pretty fond of your personality, so I may be a little biased. I love you, Johnny.
Mhm.
All right, let's figure. All right.
These are student comments that were made. Professor Gentle hugs students all the time. I think it's inappropriate.
What do you think?
Is this guy a mortician? Come on.
He certainly dresses like one.
Jeez, you really know how to pick him, Gentle.
On the first day of class, he added his own handmade booklet to the syllabus called Turnpike Pleasures. He said
Parkway
it wasn't...
Pleasures and Turnpike Terrace is a collection of poems about the Garden State. That's delete that one.
He said it wasn't at the campus bookstore and to bring cash to the next class.
Okay.
It was filled with perverted poems about 60s folk singers
that's
and made me
unfair.
feel uncomfortable. This student said, I'm black, and every time President Obama came up, he'd high-five me, then low-five me.
That's exciting. You should probably tell Malia that when you're working for her. on that
No, but I
podcast.
think maybe a different time I could tell her something else.
Yeah, and high five, low five. I think she'll dig it.
John, why don't you let the administrator talk about what he wants to, so then he could leave soon?
Professor Gentle's poems are gross and bad.
Mm,
Next one says pervert in all caps.
okay, that's mean.
I dabbed in class and the professor asked me what that was. I said it's called dabbing, and then he said, back in my day, dabbing was when women would use their vaginal secretions
Like this, yeah.
as
Yeah.
natural perfume to attract men, and then pointed at this girl as if she does it, and she got really upset and left the class and never came back to get her books.
By the way, men can do that too.
That's right.
Yeah. Grab some from under your balls, between your balls and your asshole. That's where the juice comes out, if you know what I mean. So if you exercise or do your thing, whatever, jack off or just even sleep. You're waking up in the morning, you smell right under your balls, dab that on, and
I think Eva would agree that
they
are
come running.
breaking a lot of the standards and practices rules on the air right now. So I think let's kind of clean it up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually,
yeah,
what a
just
drag.
so.
it's always like this, Eva? I'm kind of feeling
Well,
like,
Well, yes, but usually John doesn't bring someone who actually, now that I say that, it is actually always like this.
Okay.
Professor Gentle said I looked like this actor named Tatum and then called me Tatum the rest of the class. And when I asked what that meant, he said, Little Darlings era.
It's a compliment.
Tatum O'Neal.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hot. Hot girl.
Yeah. Depending on what year.
Dated Michael Jackson.
Not Paper Moon Tatum. That would be inappropriate.
God bless.
He used this inappropriate voice while reading Pablo Neruda. Hugging. Always trying to get students to go to these open mic nights off campus. Female poets are called poets and not women poets. This is a note for you.
Just a distinction.
At the end of the class, he sings Pomp and Circumstance, but added lyrics to the song like, now it's the time, pick the derriere of the day. Like it's a theme song, and then he picks a
Derriere of
student
the
and
day.
makes them come to the front of the class.
I don't see what's wrong with that.
That's
I don't see
great.
There's so much wrong with that.
You get it.
Um,
We're guys.
Yeah.
And they weren't always ladies.
Yeah. Some ladies are ladies and some are.
he went to use the bathroom in the middle of the class and said something about pants yogurt. At
Guilty as charged.
What's wrong with that?
At the end of the class, John Gentle sang this weird song, called me up to the front of class, and he made me spin and gave me a diploma. And when I opened it, it said Derriere of the Day. It was really nice, in really nice calligraphy with the day's date. He's
Well, thank you. I take that one as a compliment.
always smelling his fingers, then seems surprised. It's not bad. It just weirds me out, IDK.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I have a real problem with this Derriere of the Day thing.
All right, skip the Derriere of the Day ones. Come on.
I can think of 3 separate times John Gentle ended class by muttering, "Class dismissed," on the verge of crying and running to the corner. Professor Gentle fundamentally misunderstood Lolita. He did this dramatic bow after reading one of his shitty poems, and his eyeline caught my chest, and he froze and held this weird half bow for a long time, and then he lost his balance and fell over and seemed to hurt himself bad.
Fundamental Gentle. That could be a good book
Fundamental.
title.
That might be my next one of these.
Gentle Fundamental.
Gentle.
Guys, let's just try to listen for a little bit. Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay.
Professor Gentle asked the class if anyone was a gay boy, and even though I didn't respond, he asked me to stand in front of the lecture hall while he hugged me, and he gave me this weird diploma that I just threw out.
Okay.
That
Well,
sounds
if he
like
had
the
opened
derriere
it, he
thing.
would have known it was a
Yes,
compliment.
the derriere of the day. I stayed late on campus to finish a project and saw him on the quad sitting under a tree at 3 a.m.
I mean, are we talking about woke blue hairs here? I mean, who are these complaints
Yeah.
coming on?
These are from students.
What color are these people's hairs?
We're not supposed to ask about their color.
I mean,
That much I know.
I don't know what you're talking
all
about.
right. I feel like this is a bunch of,
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
liberal
Well,
snobs at the
I
least.
consider myself I got this voting for Carrie.
Yeah, but you're not woke. Like, you know how to be disgusting.
I don't know what that means.
You know we're all animals.
We are all animals.
Anyway,
Yeah. He keeps saying how he is okay with reefer and does this little smoking pot gesture. One day he wore a Hitler costume to class and pretended to be mentally challenged.
Okay, hold on. I was being the tramp. Charlie Chad. This person is a Philistine. They don't understand classic cinema. And it's very funny.
John, you can't wear a Hitler costume to class.
It was the Charlie Chaplin outfit.
This is symbolism that is not appropriate on our campus.
Look, that's
anywhere.
that's your problem.
No.
All right. But it was Chaplin.
It just he came to class one day and he was really ragged and intense and dragged in a really old TV and put in a VHS tape called Emmanuel in Space and sat in one of the desks and didn't say a single word the entire class, and we all stayed the whole time because the whole thing seemed really intense.
Continue.
Derriere of the day needs to stop. He smells like semen. I think he JOs in the lecture hall. Someone should check.
All right. These are inappropriate.
The class.
Hey, he who throws the first stone, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. If you know what it smells like, then maybe you have your own,
Yeah, maybe you're
Deviants.
covered in semen.
right?
No.
And who hasn't been?
Exactly. We're all human.
The class made me feel bad. Yeah, he says a lot of weird stuff and he's a weird guy. But it's the little things like how he invited us to this poetry reading thing he was doing, and then the next day he seemed genuinely sad no one came. He wasn't mean about it or anything. He just seemed hurt and like I'm in class to learn and not to like do emotional labor for this deeply sad man. It's just unprofessional and inappropriate.
I want to ask more about Gordy.
Seems
Tell
like
me-
you got a little sad
John,
in there. Who
we've talked
doesn't get a
enough-
little sad sometimes?
We've talked
The,
enough
the
about
last line
Sure
sums
you
it
didn't
up.
take it out on anyone inappropriately.
It's just unprofessional and inappropriate, John. That's what this is all about. You have been unprofessional and inappropriate on our campus
yeah, but
for
by
10
whose
years.
standards?
Yeah, you're being very rude to
by
our other
whose
guests.
standards?
I mean, I can't argue with someone who has recently murdered a man with a butcher knife.
I got a list of complaints about you I could print out and bring, okay?
Yeah.
Well, I
you
can
know,
type it out and print it out and bring my list of complaints.
I don't know what they would be.
Well,
it's
they'd be-
nice.
You know what I mean?
Frankly, I've been doing the show all semester. It's nice to have someone have my back for once. No
Look.
offense to you, Eva, but frankly, you threw me under the bus many a times, especially with, everyone.
John, well, it's like, do you think it's a good? I understand you're feeling supported by Mr. Gordy, but I think
Mr.
that I
Gordy.
just
Ooh,
wonder: is
look
it
at
the
that, Mr.
best?
Gordy? He might
Is
be
it the
working
best
here.
look? Is it the best look to have someone who admits to murder be the one going up to bat for you?
I'm glad you asked that. And I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad we have the many people listening to this show. People might think it's a bit brusque the way I am treating this tragedy. But the reason why I wanted to invite you on here is to publicly say,
Mm-hmm.
as someone that knew and loved Erwin Bernard Rosen, I forgive you.
Oh, well, hold on. That implies that there's something to be that I did something wrong or.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I am not holding a grudge. I am the bigger man here.
Oh, I know that. You don't need to say that.
I know, but I wanted everybody to hear it.
No,
to clear your name. Absolve you. You are absolved.
I have no shame about it. That's why I talk about it freely. I mean, I fully, sliced this guy, basically cut his head off. Like, didn't cut through his spine the whole way, but like really
oh my God.
cut his head off.
So sad.
And the thing is, I was even in the middle of that slice. I took a second to myself to think, I'm doing the right thing here. This is good. Even mid-slit, I was fully... Oh, that's what she said, right? I was fully aware that I was like a totally cool, but it is nice to have your official
my
public.
Blessing. This is a little crazy here, but I know you're out of work, unfortunately.
Hey,
and we have a position opening up here.
All right, John, no.
On the show,
you're not in any position to be giving out jobs here.
Well,
this is a
we're having
community
the
college
break.
Radio station that has standards and practices that you have to follow.
You remind me of that wrestling manager, Paul Bearer. Remember that guy? Ooh. Yeah, you're like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Kind of guy.
And his pallor. He's got sunken eyes.
A ghostly pallor, as they say. Anyway, I was on the Pacific Crest Trail, and I was kind of soul searching for a while. So I could settle here and have a job or whatever the fuck that is, whatever job is.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely do something, as long as it was not a huge fucking hassle that like puts me out, because I do need money, yes, but I don't want some bullshit hassle that's going to put me out, and take away my spirit. So,
Eva's going away for the summer.
Pretty chill fucking job.
Eva's going away for the summer. Eva's the producer of this show, is going to go work with the Obama family. So if you
Which one, the hot one or the
hot one?
Oh,
nope, not that.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
She came
Look
out.
up Malia Obama now.
Yeah,
whatever year it is.
Not
John, we're talking.
One.
One of them's hot. One of them's. What would you say?
Fine.
Presidential.
Presidential.
More
Even if one of them's
presidential.
hot, you shouldn't call the hot one the hot one. You could call
25 and
her-
22. I think we could call them whatever we want.
They're adults.
They're adults.
Right?
Well,
They're
John,
adults.
imagine if someone had called you the weird, ugly one. How would that feel?
Been there, done that. It feels like hell.
These people are jealous of you, man. A lot of these people in this room right now are fucking jealous of you. And I'm just going to say that because, dude, you don't need this bullshit.
Well, I want to formally offer you the producer role.
It's not valid.
It is valid because I am Erwin Bernard Rosen. His dying wish was that I take over his radio show.
No, I probably would guess that his dying wish was to not have his head chopped off by this man as he was being
almost chopped off.
Yeah, we didn't get to have a conversation about that before it happened, but we did have a conversation about who would be the shepherd of this show moving forward. And I know it's weird that we seem so chummy and that you killed him and then I got the show, but I didn't kill anybody. I didn't order you to kill anybody when he's dead.
And that's what
John
shepherd.
Gordon.
Shepherd's a good word, right? Because it's not dominating. It's not boss. It's good. So I'm down for this job as long as you guys don't fucking want to put me in a box.
We will.
And,
I'm sorry.
We will put you in a box. This is the real world. We are a college campus and there are just rules. There are practices. There are
you know what's
standards.
funny?
Dude, you're a computer.
John.
Okay? You're an NPC, all right? Who is this guy,
He
man?
wants to.
Whoa!
Here's the irony of that. He wants to put you in a box.
On my own time, I have a very creative lifestyle. I do plenty of things. I do what I want on my own time. I do not bring it to the community college where there are young people who are trying to learn and feel safe.
He wants
Safe
to put you in a
is as
box.
safe does, right? These kids are monsters, right? Safe is as safe does. We were saying.
Eva,
Gordon
you
would
had,
need to take the production room proficiency test, this equipment
yeah.
proficiency test.
Do you
So-
want to head in there and maybe
I don't do school. I don't do school shit. I
I
don't.
meant another time, even with someone else
he
or
can
by
figure it
himself,
out as
but
he goes along. It's not
honestly, if he's been
complicated what you
hiking,
do.
I will do the
if he's been
job.
hiking, you've been hiking the Oregon Trail for the last year, 2 years. What
You're
did you
not
say?
even listening.
It's the Pacific Crest Trail, okay? And I was not only hiking, I was searching for myself. And I feel like I found a pretty damn big piece of myself. So next time, why don't you not get the name of the trail wrong and name it after some dumb video game from fucking the 80s?
So did you have any time to practice Pro Tools or Logic while you were there? Those are things that you would need to do the producer job.
Here's the thing. I'm the master of focusing on stuff. Like I can do it. That's the thing. Just set me loose and I will rock the job. And at the end of the day, I'm going to get it done. Okay. And bring in the people I need on my team to make it happen.
Yeah, you were talking up a lot of your friends.
Oh yeah.
You said get them in on, what we got going on here.
Oh yeah. I got a ton of friends.
I might have like a little wacky morning zoo crew here.
Yep. And the cool thing about me is I've just learned how to draw boundaries with people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I won't get too involved with the people. I'll be able to delegate the work. But as long as you don't hassle me and I don't feel like there's a fucking boot on my neck from the man fucking trying to control me, okay? I'm a perfect employee. Other than that, I'll be your little fucking foot soldier at your dumb radio station I don't even care about. Man!
Any questions?
Man!
Why did you do this, John? Why did you do this? We have a nice place here.
I love this place. This is my happy place. When I'm on campus, I hear the birds singing. I see the students walking by, yelling at whatever they're yelling about these days. And I felt so much of my youth emerging out of this rotting carcass I got. And this is the only place I feel whole. And you're sitting here and you're trying to take this away from me. And then I look on the other side of the table and I just have the smartest man I ever met.
John, maybe
He's as funny as a
David,
comedian.
maybe David is trying to help you in a different way. Actually,
His
stay
name is
apart.
Gordy.
She's talking
No,
about me.
Mr. David is maybe trying to help you stay apart of the campus. Gordy said that you're a good person who deserves to have some stuff, and so maybe if you think about it in a different way, that maybe Gordon is not the only one you could listen to, or that if you want to stay at CCP, that maybe you could perhaps look at another side of it.
I don't know. What do you think about that? I got to talk to my sensei.
First of all, you call me Gordon. You're not invited to call me Gordon. You only heard me referred to as Gordy.
Yeah, please
And,
learn his name and respect it.
Gordon happens to be my slave name that my parents gave to me. And I am Gordy, okay? Gordie. All right, that's my name and it's not Gordon. So for you to presume that it's Gordon is the most privileged thing that I've ever heard in my life. And it is the horseshoe theory that you brought up to me that's going all the way around to being a fascist. So you're a fascist and you're completely asleep. So deal with it.
The library is open. You
Yeah.
have been read.
For free minds, right? And we spend a lot of time in the library.
Mm-hmm. We live in the library. I shouldn't have said that out loud.
In shifts.
In shifts.
Okay. That verifies a lot of things about
We
this.
take shifts elsewhere. We have a vehicle.
Mhm.
We're mobile. It's all good.
Yeah. If you need if you need the space for a while, I'll clear out and I'll just come back.
Maybe you guys need to practice some gratitude. Maybe you two need to practice some gratitude instead of putting all your. I mean, you're putting a lot on this guy. Jesus.
He's had so many chances
Ugh.
to come. We keep giving you rope and then you just snip it off and fall. It's embarrassing.
What's embarrassing is this 1984 George Orwell situation where you're basically putting a cage on this guy's brain.
1984.
Exactly.
Why do you have that?
Need I say more?
Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce.
No, Mary Lou Retton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyways.
What a catch she would have been.
I just wanted you to tell what you've learned about me, and maybe this will inform that David, maybe I'm a little rough around the edges, but I'm a good guy, right, Eva?
John is someone who cares a lot about the things he cares about, which could be viewed as perverted or dangerous. But
That's so nice of you to say. And
I wasn't being nice, but I just wanted to tell the truth so you don't get arrested, John.
I'll take that to the board in consideration.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm headed out to Cali too.
Well,
No.
You won't be able to be my.
What's that?
I'm kind of banking on you being here for the summer and producing my show.
Here's the thing, man. I'm a libertarian, all right? And I am a guy with a daily carry. And living in, what's this town?
Passaic,
right? I was pronouncing it wrong. Living in this town, like, I'm carrying, and like people look at me like I'm crazy. So I need to at least take a minute. Like I need a minute. I just need a minute to go down and to like be in a state where I can carry. And so that's Florida. That's
weapons.
What's that?
Yeah, so there's no weapons on campus.
You have a weapon on you right now?
Yes. Yes. And I have 2 more in my car. You got a problem with that? Poindexter? You can talk to my fist because I don't need the gun to take care of you. All right? You can talk to my fucking fist. All right? And you stay away from my friend, not even in an official way. Okay? You might as well start a fire with that paper because it's not worth the paper it's written on.
I can also totally call campus.
Yeah, I was wondering. We used to have a security.
I can actually just do that right now.
Oh, yeah. I told him to take the day off.
You call the security?
What, are you friends with the guy?
Yeah, I am.
We are very over our time.
No, the basketball game will have to wait. You have any plugs?
Please just try and calm down. This is the only thing I'm asking.
All right. Not quite a plug. Gordy?
Don't fence me in. Ugh.
Yeah, actually, I think...
I make my own hours. I work from wherever I want.
Well, that brings us to the end of the John Gentle Show. Thanks for watching, and thank you, Eva. I hope things go well with the hotter Obama daughter.
Almost a dream of mine almost came true. A dream I dreamed of me and you almost once. That'll almost do.